Have you ever found yourself in a social or professional setting, meeting someone new and within seconds, you've already forgotten their name? Trust me, you're not alone. Whether you're at a networking event, a new job, or even just catching up with old friends, remembering names and faces is a skill that can dramatically enhance your social and professional life. In fact, studies show that people who can recall names instantly create better impressions and are perceived as more likable and trustworthy. Let me tell you a quick story. Once, I introduced myself to someone and they forgot my name just moments later. It wasn't a big deal, but it made me realize how powerful it can be when someone remembers your name. So today I'll share 5 simple yet effective techniques that'll help you never forget a name again. Ready to become a memory master? Let's get started. Before we jump into the techniques, let's quickly understand why remembering names can be so tough. Our brains are constantly overloaded with information. Think of it as cognitive clutter. When we meet someone new, we're usually focused on making a good impression or thinking about what we'll say next, which distracts us from actually listening to their name. Names also don't always have visual or emotional meaning at first, making them harder to anchor in our memory. Yet, names are crucial for creating that first impression. Remembering someone's name signals respect, attentiveness, and shows you value the connection. So, let's tackle the problem with 5 easy techniques to make name. Recall a breeze. Number 1. Repetition. The simplest trick in the book, just repeat the person's name during the conversation. The moment you're introduced, say, "Nice to meet you," name, then weave their name into your replies. For example, so, name, what do you do for work? Repetition helps lock their name into your brain without even trying. Number 2. Association. Make the name memorable by associating it with something you already know. Let's say you meet someone named Sarah. Imagine her standing next to the Eiffel Tower if she loves Paris, or picture her wearing a crown if her name reminds you of royalty. Linking the name to a visual image or something familiar helps cement it in your memory. Number 3. Visualization. This one's fun. Imagine their name written on their forehead as you talk. It sounds odd, but trust me, it works. Visualizing the name right in front of you reinforces the connection between their face and name. You could even picture them holding a giant name tag. The more vivid and ridiculous the image, the better it sticks. Number 4. Use of nicknames. Nicknames are personal and often easier to remember. If someone introduces themselves as Christopher but you know you'll remember Chris better, ask if they go by that. People often appreciate the familiarity, and it gives you an easier hook to recall their name later. Number 5. Focus on distinct features. One of the most effective ways to remember names is by linking them to a person's unique physical traits. When you meet someone new, take a moment to observe any distinct features they may have. This could be anything from their hairstyle, glasses, eye color, facial hair, or even a specific piece of clothing like a bright scarf or an unusual pair of shoes. Here's how it works. When someone introduces themselves, instead of just hearing their name, take a mental snapshot of their appearance and connect a standout feature with their name. For example, if you meet a person named John who has a beard, you can mentally tag him as John with the beard. If you meet someone named Lisa who wears large, colorful earrings, you could link her name with Lisa with the bold earrings. Why this works? Our brains are wired to remember visual details more easily than abstract information like names. By creating an association between the person's name and a noticeable feature, you're giving your brain a visual anchor to help recall their name later. The more distinctive or quirky the feature, the easier it will be to remember. Now let's move on to tips for remembering faces. Names are just half the battle. Faces matter too. Here's how to keep both locked in your memory. Focus on distinct features. When meeting someone, pick out a unique feature that stands out. Maybe they have a signature hairstyle, distinctive glasses, or a bright smile. Like we just discussed, connect that feature with their name. For example, Tom with the funky glasses. This trick helps you immediately associate their face with their name. Number 2. Practice active listening. Be present when meeting new people. Often we're so caught up in what we'll say next that we don't fully listen to the introduction. Slow down, focus on the person, and make sure you're genuinely engaged in the conversation. Number 3. Take notes. This one's for after the conversation. Jot down a quick note on your phone or a small notepad. Write their name, where you met them, and any distinct features. It's especially useful after events with lots of new faces. Remember, practice makes perfect. Now the key to mastering these techniques is practice. You won't become a name recall expert overnight, but the more you try, the better you'll get. Make a game out of it, set a challenge for yourself. The next time you're at a social gathering or networking event, try to meet 5 new people and remember their names using these techniques. The more you do it, the more natural it'll feel. To recap, here's what we covered today. Repeat the name, create associations, visualize, use nicknames, focus on features, listen actively, and take notes. With these tips, you'll never feel awkward about forgetting names again. If you've got any tips of your own or want to share your experience, drop a comment below. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more memory improving tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.